So I had a conversation with somebody today regarding goal setting, regarding really, to be frank, their lack of goal setting. And this person gave permission to discuss this and go through this in our Facebook group to remain anonymous. They shared that they didn't feel the need to set a goal for the month of November, nor do they feel the need to set one for the month of December, because the new year's coming and they're just at this point going to wait until the new year. And this is a really common theme that I hear with a lot of you, that you're just going to get through the holidays, maintain through the holidays. And the question is, should you do that or should you not do that? And each and every one of you are unique in your situation, where you fall in your current life, what the holidays look like for you. Some of us should be prioritizing fat loss right now. Some of us should be prioritizing getting stronger in the gym. Some of us should be prioritizing toning up, building muscle. There's a lot, we're all at different places. So this is not a end all be all what you have to do during the holiday season, but I want to go through something with you, and it's called the possibilities model. And I'm going to share my screen here so we can dive through this. And I'm going to decline a phone call as I do this at the same time. All right. So we're going to go through this presentation to help better understand. And let's take a look at what's going on. I'm going to move my floating head out of the way here, and I'm going to move this cute little bar. So every time we start, right, when you signed up for Complete Performance, this is your expected scenario. Everything is 100%. You are totally on board. You're so freaking motivated. You're going to never miss a workout. You're going to eat perfect nutrition. You are just a sponge. You're going to take everything that I say and you're just going to roll with it. That's not the only time that this happens. We have this same mentality when it comes to January 1st. When it comes to a challenge after some time away, this is what we expect. That's why I called it the expected scenario. 100%, I'm going to be perfect. This time is different. I've got this, no problem. And it's not the case. We know this. This is the reason why we're still here every time, starting things over, having this expected scenario. This time is different. Well, maybe we need to look at this as a little bit different perspective. So here's our worst case scenario. Our worst case scenario, 40%, less than 40% effort. That means we're really not trying. And this really doesn't apply to any of you. This means you're doing nothing. You've given up all healthy food. You're hitting up the drive-through. You're hitting up Culver's. We talked about Culver's this morning. Or Del Taco. We talked about Del Taco. You have decided you're not going to move your body. You're just throwing away your Fitbit, your Apple Watch. You're just going to abandon all health tactics and say, screw this. I'm doing nothing till the beginning of the year. This is just a total reverse. And this really, again, this is none of you. This is very few of us in this day and age. That's the worst case scenario. Now, the ideal scenario falls in this 85% range. If you just participated in the Lean by Halloween challenge, that 85% was really our target range. Some of you crushed it. Some of you realized it's a little bit harder to be in that 80 to 85% range. It doesn't mean that we're perfect. That's the point of it not being 100%, because that hasn't worked for us. The point is we do the best we can to get to our workouts. They're a priority. So on Sundays, the start of our week, we schedule them out ahead of time so that we get our 3 workouts in. We schedule out and we plan out our nutrition, making sure that we prioritize protein, veggies, good fibers. This means that come Thanksgiving Day, we're going to enjoy it, but come Friday, we're right back on it. This means come Christmas, come New Year's, come whatever festivities that we have, we're going to be mindful. We're going to use our base, fill our dish with protein, have some veggies, drink a bunch of water, but every other day we're going to hit our nutrition. because that's what 85% is. Not perfect. Allowing ourselves to eat Oreos. You guys, I have Oreo Wednesday. I've talked about this with you. I eat 450 calories worth of Oreos every Wednesday and Saturdays, to be honest. My nutrition is pretty darn near spot on 100% the rest of the week. Now, I'm taking in full consideration when I say this, my life looks different than yours. You have sporting events with kids. You have fall banquet season is upon us. You have time out with friends, happy hours, work functions. I'm not expecting you to be like me in this journey. I'm expecting you to be you, to not be at this 100%, to be at your 85%, making it to your workouts, making sure that you are following your nutritional plan. Meaning if we are at calories and macros and through this holiday season, you need to dial it back to calories and protein, or you need to dial it back to portion sizes, or even better yet, we dial it all the way back to our simplest model, our 3-2-1 plan. And you be 85% perfect at that. That's the ideal scenario. But it takes communication. It takes a conversation like this client and I had this morning. We opened up about what the next couple of weeks and months look like for her. And how do we make that happen? Calories and protein where she's at isn't it. In order for her to maintain this 85% and not regress backwards, we have to go to that 3-2-1 plan. And it's okay. Now there's another scenario we need to talk about. This is the doable scenario. This is hey, I'm going to probably gain a couple pounds. I'm not necessarily going to see that same number on the scale. I'm going to make it work, but I know I have a vacation coming up. I know that the holidays are really crazy. This is my favorite time of year, and I want to enjoy it because I love Christmas more than any other time. This is doable. But notice, right, that path to that end result. We all get to the end at some point. But the path is a little bit slower. We're going to take a little bit more time to get there. Right? I think of it when, an example, you use the GPS, you plug in the address, you can select fastest route, most economical route, or back roads. I think avoid freeways is what I think it is. This is like fastest path. We give up everything else, right? Like we are going 100 miles an hour. We're risking a lot of other things. We're risking speeding tickets, probably running red lights, doing those things. When we're at that 85%, we're taking that fastest path, driving the speed limit, doing what we need to. This is probably the scenic route. I'm going to stop and I'm going to see Thanksgiving. I'm going to see Christmas. I'm going to see New Year's. I'm going to see those holiday gatherings, enjoy them, participate in them. This is doable, but it's not ideal. We would all love to see our results come faster. We know that, but it's doable. And I want you to know that. Now, current scenario, our current thoughts about this time of year. I'm just going to maintain. I'm just going to do my best. I'm going to get to my workouts. I'm just going to make it through the holiday season. I'm going to be mindful. This is where we fall, where in actuality, we have a steeper decline. I purposefully drew this line out here so that you could see this right here is going to bring you to that same destination as if you revert totally backwards. But that decline is probably going to come a little bit faster because you don't have the awareness, the mindfulness to know what's going on. Because you're justifying your actions. You're telling yourself, oh, it's okay. I've got this. Oh, it's a busy week for holidays. I'm not going to get my 10,000 steps. Oh, we got this holiday party. I ate too much. I drank too much. I'm just going to say, screw it this week. These are the mentalities that we approach the holidays with. That I don't have enough time to meal prep because of family gatherings. I already blew it, so I don't need to do anymore. The holidays are coming, so I'm just going to wait until then and do my best. How are you going to know if that's your best? We always love to justify our actions. So I'm willing to bet we aren't actually doing our best. You're doing what that emotional brain says is our best in that moment. So my challenge to you is to find out, where do you need to be? How can you get to 85 to 70, to 85% to 70, 80%? How do we get there? What plan do you need to do? What steps do you need to take? Because I know none of you want to do this. And I know for a fact, none of you want to do this either. You want to get to this end destination. You don't want to get to January 1st, 10, 15 pounds heavier. If we get there, maybe we get to January 1st and we're right here. We haven't gained any weight. We haven't lost any weight. We're fine. This then turns up to an 80% and 85%, and we skyrocket to those results. But now, if this is us, January 1st, we don't just have to take here to here. We have to come all the way back up here, then take that curve and that path to results. And we're looking at months of recovery. I'm not telling you or asking or expecting of you to be perfect. I'm asking you to look at your holiday season, to look at these next 2 months, and to ask yourself, how can we get to 70 to 85%? What is it that you need to do? Because I don't want you to wait to totally start everything over January 1st. I want you to start January 1st, continuing on with the progress that you've made through the holidays. I want this to be the most successful, the most fun, the most lived through holiday season for you. Because you knew what your plan was. You didn't feel stressed about what the scale said, how your clothes fit, the amount of time that you had. You knew what you were working with. You committed to it and you executed. Take some time to think about this. If you want to talk about how this directly applies to you, I'd love to chat with all of you. I appreciate those of you who filled out your November goals. For those who didn't, I sent you an email. Would love to have some feedback on that. Please let me know so that we can continue to skyrocket you, so that we get on this path and not on this path. Thanks, guys.